Hey everyone, welcome back to Inside the Cage, where we bring you the latest and exciting updates of UFC. Khamzat Borz scores, 41-second KO to surpass Chimaev. As always, Khamzat Chimaev is leaving a mark on the next generation of fighters. Surely he is a legend in true meaning. Just recently, at Brave CF 71 in Bahrain, another welterweight prospect named Khamzat Maaev happens to share Chimaev's nickname Borz, whereas Chechnyan heritage delivered an impressive 41-second knockout victory over Vera in his Brave CF debut. You know, he is still maintaining his undefeated professional record at 4-0. After the fight, Maaev expressed his aims to not only share a name with Chimaev, but also follow in his footsteps as a rising star in the UFC. That's the reason it's inspiring to see the impact Chimaev has had on young fighters like Maaev, who are eager to match his success. "I want to be the same or even better," Maaev said via translator when asked about Chimaev in his post-fight interview. This anticipation leading up to the event, simply it was fueled by Maaev and Brave CF embracing the Chimaev comparisons. They went all out, even sharing a video that highlighted their impressive finishing skills. It's worth noting that Maaev has sealed all 4 of his professional victories with knockouts or submissions. In addition, Brave CF cleverly promoted Maaev's debut on their social media platforms, using an image that directly emphasized the striking resemblance between Maaev and Chimaev's appearances. With Borz translating to wolf in Chechen, the connection between the two fighters was made even more apparent. Interesting, right? Certainly, you see how these similarities and promotional efforts add another layer of excitement to Maaev's journey in the fight world. UFC declines Islam. Makhachev's offer for summer return. There is someone from the UFC who is anxiously waiting for his next fight. It is none other than lightweight champion Islam Makhachev. Ever since his epic showdown with Alexander Volkanovski at UFC 284, where he successfully defended his title, Makhachev has been out of action. But guess what? He's still eagerly waiting to step back into the Octagon. Despite 4 months passing, the champion's return to the Octagon is still uncertain, while other fighters like The Great have upcoming bouts scheduled for UFC 290. Yet Makhachev's next opponent is to be announced. Dana White hinted at a plan to have the champion return in Abu Dhabi for UFC 294. But it wasn't what Makhachev had initially hoped for. In a recent interview with Eagle FC, Makhachev revealed that he had offered to fight this summer. But the UFC turned down his proposal and asked him to wait. Adding to the uncertainty, the lightweight champion expressed that he has no clue who his next challenger will be. Although Makhachev had hoped for a fight against Beneil Dariush suffered a loss to Charles Oliveira earlier this month. It seems like Makhachev is eager to step back into the Octagon and continue his dominance in the lightweight division. However, he must patiently await the UFC's decision and hope that his next opponent is revealed soon. Wait for the official announcement. "I was in the United States, met with the UFC. I asked for a fight in the summer," Islam Makhachev stated in an interview at Eagle FC 52. "But they told me that I wouldn't have time to fight in Abu Dhabi if I had a fight in the summer." He continued, "I don't know who I will fight next. Maybe Dustin Poirier. He has a big name in the UFC. Well, can't say for sure. Dariush lost. Everything turned upside down. I can't say anything for now." Henry Cejudo makes Octagon comeback against Marlon Vera at UFC 292. You see, former bantamweight and flyweight champion Henry Cejudo is making his second appearance in the Octagon this year. Interestingly, he's set to go toe-to-toe with Marlon Vera, a fellow contender in the 135-pound division. So guys, mark your calendars for UFC 292 on August 19th. It'll be happening at the TD Garden in Boston, Massachusetts. Now let's talk about Cejudo's last fight. In May, he headlined UFC 288 and went head-to-head with the current undisputed bantamweight champ Aljamain Sterling. It was a nail-biting showdown. Certainly it ended in a close split decision loss for Cejudo, but don't count him out just yet. You know what? He's hungry for recovery and ready to show the world what he's made of. As for Vera, he's no stranger to the Octagon either. With a solid ranking of number 6 in the bantamweight division, he's proven himself as a tough competitor. However, he recently faced a setback, suffering his first loss after an impressive 4-fight winning streak. In March, he went up against Corey Sandhagen in the main event of UFC Fight Night San Antonio, but unfortunately came up short in a one-sided decision loss. A reporter, Brett Okamoto, who got the scoop of news directly from UFC president Dana White, so you know this fight is the real deal. Let's go! Cejudo versus Cheeto added to UFC 292 in Boston per Dana White, Okamoto tweeted. 3 rounders on the same card as Sterling O'Malley title fight. It's a bantamweight night in Beantown, August 19th. Furthermore, Henry Cejudo is famous as an Olympic gold medalist in freestyle wrestling and a native of Los Angeles. He is all set to return to the Octagon after a more than 3-year pause. You might remember him for his impressive bantamweight title defense against Dominic Cruz back in 2020. Now he's back and ready to make his mark once again, whereas Vera had quite a winning streak. She also secured 4 victories in a row before experiencing an unanimous decision loss to Sandhagen earlier this year in the Lone Star State. During his winning streak, Vera showcased his skills by defeating opponents like Davy Grant and Rob Font in decision wins. But what really caught everyone's attention were his stunning high-kick knockout victories over Dominic Cruz. Guys, are you ready for UFC 292 on August 19th? Surely the main event will feature an undisputed bantamweight title fight between Aljamain Sterling and Sean O'Malley. It's going to be a night packed with incredible fights and fierce competition. We can't wait to see Cejudo back in action. His displaying elite wrestling skills and fighting prowess made him exceptional in his profession. And Vera, known for his exciting and unpredictable fighting style, will surely bring the heat. It's going to be an event you won't want to miss. Jared Cannonier and Marvin Vettori's plans after UFC Vegas 75. Lastly, did you catch the main event of UFC Vegas 75? You know, it was an epic clash between 2 top 5 middleweights, Marvin Vettori and Jared Cannonier, as Vettori was looking to bounce back after a loss to Robert Whittaker. On the other hand, Cannonier aimed to build on his recent win over Sean Strickland. Although Vettori started strong, it was Cannonier who took control and dominated the entire fight. Ultimately, he had Vettori in trouble multiple times and came close to securing a TKO victory in the second round. All in all, it was an impressive performance. And yeah, it is arguably the biggest win of Cannonier's career. Whoa! With this victory, Cannonier has put himself right back in the title picture. He could potentially be next in line for a shot at the belt. Israel Adesanya is expected to fight in September, and if the winner of Robert Whittaker versus Dricus du Plessis isn't ready for a quick turnaround, Cannonier would be a great choice to step in. However, if the timing works out differently, an intriguing matchup could be Cannonier against rising star Khamzat Chimaev. Undoubtedly, the winner of that fight would solidify their claim for the next title opportunity. As for Marvin Vettori, this loss puts him at 2-3 in his last 5 fights with defeats against Adesanya, Whittaker, and now Cannonier. It's a tough blow for his title objectives, and yes, he'll need to regroup and put together a winning streak to get back into contention. Meanwhile, he might take some time off to recover from this fight, and it's possible we won't see him compete again this year. However, if he decides to return, a logical next step would be facing the winner of the Sean Strickland versus Abus Magomedov matchup. Both fighters are highly skilled, and a victory against either would elevate Vettori back into the top-tier competition. So let's keep an eye on Cannonier as he potentially gears up for a title shot, and let's see how Vettori strategizes his comeback in the middleweight division. The UFC middleweight landscape is always exciting and brings nice entertainment for you. All right, guys, that's all for today. Thanks for watching till the end. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to stay updated about our future videos. See you at the next one. Until then, goodbye.